Good morning, students. As in the previous classes, I have explained the deleted part of the neural control and coordination, where the videos have included the first video, that was the reflex action, then the second one was about the sense organ, which includes about the eye, and the third one was with respect to the sense organ, that is the ear. So we shall continue with the discussion of the competitive questions. In that, the first one, select the incorrect statement. Coordination is the process through which two or more organs interact and complement the function of one another. So this is the definition for the coordination. Then the second option, neural system provides an organized network of point to point connection for quick coordination. That is also true only, means that statement is the correct one. Then C, neural organization is complex in lower invertebrates. Option D, vertebrates have more developed neural system. So compared to invertebrates, the vertebrates have well developed neural system, but in case of the lower invertebrates, the neural organization is very simple. Example, that is the hydra, where it is only consisting of the network of neurons. Hence the incorrect statement is the option C. Second one, the human neural system. So the human neural system, it is being differentiated into two parts. What are those two parts? One is central nervous system, another one is peripheral neural system. Okay, so A and B is with respect to the central neural system and peripheral neural system. Why, what in this question, what they have given? No, A, B, C, D, E. We need to identify what that A stands for, B stands for. Then that central nervous system, it includes the brain and spinal cord. So here only they have mentioned brain, and another part is just given as C. So C stands for the spinal cord. Okay, then here you move on to the B, where the peripheral neural system is being divided into the somatic neural system and autonomic neural system. Okay, then that autonomic neural system is again further classified into sympathetic neural system and the parasympathetic neural system. So according to this, the A is central nervous system, B is peripheral nervous system, C is spinal cord, D and E are sympathetic and the parasympathetic neural system. Hence the option A is the right answer for second question. Third one, somatic neural system transmits impulse to somatic neural system. It is going to transmit the impulses. Option A, skeletal muscles. Option B, involuntary organs. Option C, smooth muscles. Option D, all of these. So the somatic neural system, it is going to relay the impulses from the central nervous system to the skeletal muscles, whereas with respect to the autonomic, it is going to transmit the impulses from the central nervous system to the involuntary organs as well as the smooth muscles. So involuntary organs and the smooth muscles, they receive the impulses from the autonomic neural system, whereas somatic is going to send only the impulses to the skeletal muscles. Question number 4, which of the following lacks a neural system? Option A, hydra. Option B, silverfish. Option C, spongia. Option D, ophiora. So here among these, actually the neural system organization is about to start from the phylum Cnidaria or the Coelenterata. So in case of poriferans we have not come across with the neural system. That's why fourth question, the answer is option C, that is Spongia, where they are going to lack a neural system. Then question number 5, nervous system of Hydra is composed of. So the nervous system of Hydra is said to be as very simple because it is consisting only with respect to the network of the neurons or the nerves. So that's why the C answer is the correct one for question number 5. Then sixth one, Nissls granules are found in all except. The Nissls granules, they are Nissls granules means it is a part of the neuron. So this Nissls granules, they are found in all the parts of the neuron except the axon, because the Nissls granules, it will be present only in the cytoplasm of the cell body. So obviously it will be present in the cell body, dendrites and the cyton. Okay, so it will be not found in the axon. That's why sixth question, the answer is option C. Seventh one, which of the following system relays impulse from central nervous system to the skeletal muscles? In the previous question we discussed about it, that is the impulses from somatic neural system is going to send the impulses to mainly. So that is the somatic neural system is the one who are going to send the impulses or carrying the impulses from central nervous system to the skeletal muscles. So hence the option is the right one. Eighth question, dendrites transmit impulse dash cell body and axon transmits the impulse dash to the cell body. Means the dendrites are the one who collects the impulses from other neuron and takes it towards the cell body. Once the cell body receives that impulse, so that cell body will be sending the impulse to the axon. So this axon will be carrying the transmits away from the cell body. So for eighth question, the answer is option A. Next question, bipolar axons are found in. So the axons, that is the neuron is being divided with respect to the myelinated that is with respect to the myelin sheath, and even with respect to the number of axon and the dendrites. So the bipolar neurons are the one who have only one axon and one dendrites. So they are found in the retina of the eyes. So ninth question, the answer is again option A. 10th one, unipolar axons are found in. So unipolar means there will be presence of the cell body with only one axon. So they are found only in the embryonic stages. So it will be found in the embryo. 10th question, the answer is option C. Next, 11th one, Schwann cell is absent in. Schwann cell, what is a Schwann cell? The myelinated nerve fibers will be enveloping, they will be covering these Schwann cells. Okay, so these Schwann cells will be absent in case of the astrocytes. Next question, 12th one, neuron can detect the stimulus. Option B, receives the stimulus. Option C, transmit the stimulus. Option D, all of these. So the neurons are the one where we consider them as the structural and functional unit of the nervous system, where they are having the ability to detect, receive, transmit the different kinds of the stimuli. Hence, for 12th question, the answer is option D, that is all of these. Next, 13th question. Neuron is dash structure composed of three major parts of parts: cell, body, dash and axon. It means neuron is which kind of the structure, whether it is microscopic or it is macroscopic. Microscopic means it should be, it cannot be seen with respect to the naked eyes. Macroscopic means it can be visible. Then, so that neuron is composed of three major parts. What are those three major parts? Already in that two have been mentioned here, that is cell body and the axon. Which is the remaining one? One is the dendrites. Okay, so the neuron is a microscopic structure which is composed of three major parts, that is cell body, dendrites and the axon. Hence, 13th question, the answer is option B. Next, 14th one, question A and B is related to this diagram. Means here they have given the diagram of the neuron, and in that they have asked two questions. In that, the A question, which part do not contain Nissl granules? So they have labeled the parts as A, B, C, D. So here they are asking where the which part of the neuron does not contain the Nissl granules. So here that is the C part, because the axons will not be having the Nissl granules. Then in that, the B question, which path of transmission is correct? So here A is dendrite, B is cell body, C is the axon and D is the node, that is the node of Ranvier. Okay, then so what is the question? A means dendrites will be collecting the information, it will be sending it towards the cell body. So cell body will be sending that impulse towards the axon, and axon will be carrying it away from the cell body. Okay, so this is the transmission. So according to this, which is correct? Means it is option A, because A is dendrite, B is cell body and C is the axon. Dendrite will be taking the impulse towards the cell body, whereas cell body will be once that axon receives the stimulus, means so that axon will be carrying the impulse away from the cell body. That's why the option A is the correct one for B question under 14th one. Next, 15th, match the column. They have mentioned column 1, that is the types of neurons on the basis of the axon and the dendrites: unipolar, bipolar and the multipolar. So unipolar neurons mean, the unipolar neuron means there will be presence of the cell body and with one axon only. Okay, so cell body will be present, it will be having only one axon, and these unipolar neurons will be present only in the embryonic stages. Then the second one is bipolar. So the bipolar means there will be presence of one axon and one means there will be presence of the cell body, one axon and one dendrite, and these bipolars will be present in the retina of eye. Third one, that is the multipolar, means that is the cell body with one axon, two or more dendrites which are found in the cerebral cortex. So A is going to match with the one. Bipolar, it is with respect to the third one in the column 2, and multipolar, it is with respect to the column 2, in that it is the second one. Okay, so with respect to this, it is correct in the option A. Next, myelinated nerve fiber is found in. So the myelinated nerve fibers, where they are found? They are found mainly in the spinal and the cranial nerves. That's why the answer is option C, that is both A and B. 17th one, unmyelinated nerve fibers are commonly found in. So unmyelinated nerve fibers, they are commonly found, they are being commonly found in the autonomic and the somatic neural system. So the 17th question, the answer is option C. Next, 18th one, the outermost of the three cranial meninges is. So the outermost, the cranial meninges is consisting of the three parts, that is dura-mater, arachnoid and the pia-mater. Among these, the outermost one is the it is the dura-mater. So for 18th question, the answer is option B. 19th one, brain stem is formed by. So the brain stem, it is formed by forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. All together they are going to form the brain. It is being formed with respect to the midbrain and the hindbrain. So that's why the option is correct answer is option D. Next one, 20th. Right and left cerebral hemispheres are connected via. So the hemispheres, that is the right and left hemispheres, are being connected by a bunch of or the tract of the nerve fibers, and that is called as the corpus callosum. Next question, forebrain consists of. So the forebrain is consisting of cerebrum, thalamus and the hypothalamus. That's why the answer is option D, that is all of these. The next one, cerebrum is made up of how many cerebral hemisphere? So the cerebrum, it is made up of the two cerebral hemispheres, that is the left and the right cerebral hemispheres. 23rd, select the incorrect statement. Cerebral cortex, grayish in appearance, thrown into prominent folds known as Salcy and Gyri. Option B, concentrated neuron cell body gives grey color to the cerebral cortex. Fibers of the tract covered with the myelin sheath constitute inner part of the cerebral hemisphere. Cerebrum is option D, cerebrum is wrapped around the structure called medulla. So the A to D, the statement among these statements, which is the incorrect statement, means it is the option D, that is the cerebrum is wrapped around the structure called as the medulla, because the medulla, it is mainly covered with respect to the, or it is being covered, or it is having a convoluted surface of the cerebellum, not with respect to the cerebrum. Okay, next, 24th, cerebral cortex contains. So the cerebral cortex contains sensory area, motor area and the large association area. So all these are the areas which are present in the cerebral cortex. Next, 25th, the association area in cerebral cortex is responsible for cerebral cortex, it contains the sensory area, motor area, large association area. Hence the answer is all of these. So the 25th, in that the association area in cerebral cortex is responsible for. So it is responsible for intersensory association, Then it is even responsible for memory. It is also responsible for the communication also. So that's why the answer is all of these. 26. The major coordinating center for sensory and motor signaling is. The major coordinating center for sensory and the motor signaling is a thalamus. Even with respect to the previous question, that is incorrect statement in the 23rd. So there the cerebrum is wrapped around the structure called medulla. Actually the cerebrum is going to wrap around the structure called a thalamus, whereas the medulla will be having the convoluted surface. It will be having a connection with the convoluted surface of cerebellum. Okay, so the 27th question. Hypothalamus contain the brain center which controls the body temperature, urge for eating and urge for drinking. Okay, so along with this, even the hypothalamus is going to contain some neurosecretory cells where they are going to secrete the hormones, and those hormones are called as hypothalamic hormones. But here they have not mentioned about that. Body temperature, urge for drinking, urge for eating, all these are the control. They are being controlled by the hypothalamus, which is containing the brain center. Okay, so 27th, the answer is option D, all of these. 28th, which of the following is true about hypothalamus? So the hypothalamus, it is situated at the base of thalamus. That is correct only. It contains neurosecretory cells. Just now I said the hypothalamus contains neurosecretory cells which secrete the hormone, and those hormones are called as hypothalamic hormones. It contains a center for thermoregulation. Thermoregulation means it is going to control or it is maintaining our body temperature. So hence the 28th, the answer is all of these. The next question, 29th. Limbic system consists of. The limbic system, it is consisting of amygdala, hippocampus, both A and B, and D is none of these. So the limbic system, it is consisting of amygdala and hippocampus both. That's why the 29th question, the answer is both A and B. 30th, the part of the brain located between the thalamus, hypothalamus of forebrain and pons is known as, that is the midbrain. Next question, 31st question. Which of the following is true about midbrain? A canal called cerebral aqueduct passes through the midbrain. So okay, so there is a presence of the canal called as cerebral aqueduct, so that is going to pass through the midbrain. That is the correct about the midbrain only. Then the second one, the dorsal portion of midbrain consists of 4 round swellings, or they are also called as the lobes, and those lobes are called as corpora quadrigemina. Then option C, it forms the part of a brain stem. Midbrain and the hindbrain together, they are going to form the brain stem. So all these three are the correct statement, or they are the true about the midbrain. Hence the answer is option D, that is the all above. 32nd question. The hindbrain consists of pons, cerebellum and the medulla oblongata. Hence the answer is all of these. 33rd question. Hypothalamus controls body's thermostat, means they are going to help in the maintenance of the body temperature, respiration, gastric secretion. Option D, all of these. Actually the hypothalamus, it controls body temperature, urge for eating, drinking, and even with respect to the secretion of the hormones called the hypothalamic hormones. but they are not going to maintain or control the respiration and the gastric secretions. Then next 34th question, limbic system controls. The limbic system, it is mainly controlling, or it is going to regulate the sexual behavior, expression of the some of the emotional reactions like excitement, pleasure, rage, and even the motivation also. So the limbic system, it is controlling sexual behavior, affection, and motivation. Hence all of these is the correct answer for 34th question. 35th, corpora quadrigemina are present on dash portion of mesencephalon. Mesencephalon means it is one more name for the mid. It is one more name for the midbrain. So the corpora quadrigemina, they are present on the dorsal portion of the midbrain. Hence option C is the option B is the correct answer. That is dorsal is mentioned in the option B. Next 36th, which of the following is false about hind brain? Hindbrain, it is consisting of pons, cerebellum, and the medulla. So pons, it is a part of hindbrain which is consisting of fibers that interconnects different regions of the brain. So that is the correct only. Then the cerebellum is also a part of it which has a very convoluted surface to accommodate many neurons. That is also true about the hindbrain. Then see option C, medulla of this part is connected to the spinal cord. The medulla oblongata is connected to the spinal cord. That is also correct only. The hindbrain is known for regular excitement, pleasure, and rage and fear. So here the hindbrain, it is not known for regular excitement because the forebrain is responsible for it. So 36th, the answer is option D. 37th, medulla contains the center for. So the medulla, it is containing the centers for which controls the respiration, cardiovascular reflexes, and the gastric secretion. So 37th, the answer is all of these. 38th, which of the following consists of fibers, tracts interconnecting the different regions of the brain? So the fibers which are going to interconnect the different regions of the brain, that is with respect to the hindbrain, where the hindbrain is with the pons varuli. So 38th question, the answer is option B. 39, which of the following helps in the regulation of respiration? So the respiration is being regulated by a medulla. Actually the medulla is more responsible for the controlling of the respiration. Next 40th, reflex action is under. So the reflex action is under central nervous system, spinal cord, option C peripheral nervous stimulation, option D voluntary response. So the reflex action is under the central nervous system. The dorsal nerve root ganglion is the dorsal nerve root ganglion is it is actually pseudo unipolar. Pseudo unipolar means they will be acting like they have only the cell body and the axon, but that axon is not the true one. Okay. 42nd, in spinal cord of humans, the gray matter is dash shaped. In spinal cord of the humans, the gray matter is of the butterfly shaped. 43rd, white matter is dash in brain and dash in spinal cord in case of the humans. So the white matter is inside of the brain and outside of the spinal cord. Okay, so that's why the answer is option B. Next, 44th, resting axonal membrane is, the resting axonal membrane is unpolarized. Option B, unpolarized and permeable to potassium ions. Option C, polarized and more permeable to sodium ions. Option D, polarized and more permeable to potassium ion. So 44th, the answer is option D, because resting axonal membrane means polarized and it will be permeable to the potassium ions. Next question, sodium potassium pumps transport. Option A, 3 sodium ions out for 2 potassium ions inside. Option B, 3 sodium ions in for 2 potassium ions out, and 2 sodium ions out for 3 potassium ions in. Option D, 2 sodium ions in for 3 potassium ions out. So actually the sodium potassium pumps transports 3 sodium ions from inside to the outside, and from outside to the inside it will be taking only 2 potassium ions. Hence the answer is option A.